Hello and welcome to a quick wrap-up video of the TrailBlazer League. Since I had a few people ask me about how my tasks are looking and what I got left and how my bank is, I thought I'd do a quick video about it. So first thing, this is my points when I decided to quit. I've already slowed down quite a bit in point gain over the past week because a lot of the tasks I do have left are just RNG drops. So I think I peaked at like rank 2, so I was rank 2 for quite a while, and I've dropped all the way to I think I'm rank 4 or 5 now. I'll check in a bit. So 627 tasks. As for my relics, so I have Production Master, Last Recall, Fluid Strikes, Unnatural Selection, Equilibrium, and Draining Strikes. For my areas, so I do have Fremenic, Kandarin, and Asgarnia. I think Kandarin and Asgarnia are pretty basic for a lot of people, at least for melee route. And Fremenic, if I were to redo it and still went melee, I would have definitely picked Mauritania, since the main reason is just Slayer Helm. It would have sped up a lot of the PVM so much more. But if I really wanted to go for rank 1 points, I probably would have gone range based with Elf City, Fremenic, and Kandarin. I think that's a really good combination of zones. And I think also if you do want to go for rank 1, you probably should have picked Clue Relic, because I think that will be a lot of the tasks that are too hard to complete. So as for my tasks, I'll go over what I still have left first, because that's like obviously the lowest amount. So I still have a master clue. I think I'm on 5 steps completed so far. So of course if I kept playing, I probably eventually would do at least 1 master, maybe get a unique from it. Gain 35 uniques from beginners. I'm very close to this. I think I'm 31 or 32 uniques so far from beginners. So it's close. These are pretty hard to do because of course completing master clues is almost impossible in this league. So Gilded, very RNG based. I think I have 1 gilded piece, which is the Vamps, so this is a very hard task to do as well. Vestment robes, I don't have any set. I'm not even close to a set. Gold Ruined, again not close to a set. Gold Diadem, actually pretty close. I'll go over my clue rewards in a bit as well. I can't do this because you need Elf City as well to do hard Western Diaries, so I can't do that task. Just 225 mils, Runecraft, and Herb. Herb, I'm pretty close. Once I go over on back, you'll see. I think I have about 24 or 24.5 mil Herb. I pretty much am really close to having this banked. So, I mean, of course, I could finish that. I probably won't anymore though. As for the rest, I have all 25 mils. Most skills I stopped training once I got 25 mil because there's not much more point. Of course, melees you'll always train because that's how I PVM. And rune crafting, I think I still need quite a lot of essence to finish that. So probably would have taken me quite a while. DFS, don't have a DFS. Dragon set, I'm just missing the full helm here. I do have the plate body already. Master clues, of course, every beginner. This is a lot of clue tasks left, of course. 25 master clues, and these are all the clue milestones. So this is 600 beginners, 400 mediums, 200 elite, and 100 masters. Honestly, the 100 masters, no one will complete this. I think even now, the most masters completed is like 5 or 4, so it's pretty impossible to do that. I think it's 4 even, so you need 100, it's pretty impossible. And 300 hearts, and then again, the elite diary can't do that because you need elf for that. And then when you go to unlocked, so this will show the task from all the regions I have that I've left. So I have apital agility left, so this one is for 100 laps, I believe. Ober Club, didn't get it. I think I have 47 KC, so unlucky there, I guess. This again, apital laps, this is for 500 laps. Full Void, didn't go for that because I wouldn't use Void anywhere. And for 100 points, I probably eventually would have done it just for the points, but it's not really that efficient to do fast for points. Another DFS task, because there's 2 DFS tasks, one to make it and one to equip it. This is the Ancient Wyvern Shield, another Visage that I haven't gotten. Abyssal Dagger, haven't got that from Sire, but I still need to do 500 Sire. I have 258 Sire at the moment, so there will be a pretty good chance that I do get a Dagger. I did actually get 12 on Sires, but surprisingly did not get a Dagger, even though it's the second most common drop. Dragon Fire Ward, this is the last of the Visage set. This is a range one. Together with Dragonbone Necklace, you get this of Vorkat. Fortunately, I have 1000 Vorkat kills and I didn't get either of them. It's pretty, well, at least unlucky on the necklace. The ward is pretty rare from Vorkat, so you can expect to go dry on that. So DKs, of course, you need 300, 650, and 1000 of each one. So that would take quite a while. I think I have about 200 of each one. I'll go over my boss cases in a while. I think I have a bit less than 200, but we'll see. Fire capes, so 15 and 30. I've done 5 fire capes, so this again, it's just a bit of time. I might still do this if I do come back to the league, just because I kind of want to go for the jetpack. Same with the Inferno tasks, so I might still do some of these if I decide to come back just for the pets, but that wouldn't really be for points. Dragon Full Helm, another 250. Gorillas, I think I have about 500 KC8 gorillas. So, you know, just KC milestones. I did finish the ballista and all my Zenites, so this would just be doing the task for the milestones. This is chompy kills, so this one is 2250. Of course, everyone has 1,000 chompy kills since the update they did, so 1250 more chompies for this one. This one is 1,500 apital laps. And then the master task is so every shield, so of course you get 250 points for every shield, then you get another 500 for having all 3. Every gold books, again, this is just doing a lot more clues. I'm still missing like 8 pages or something like that, so it's quite a while away. And this is the last chompy head, so this is 4,000 chompy kills. The last apital backpack, which is 2,000 apital laps. And then this last one I can do since you need desert to get the eternal boots. So you can see most tasks I do have left is a lot of the same activity, you know, just multiple tasks, a lot being DFS tasks and stuff like that. I want to go over my clues here so you can just see the rewards real quick. So beginners, 120 completed, 13 on 16. Pretty hard actually to finish this, well, pretty hard. It's probably still take me over 100 more clues or something to finish this, if not even more than that. So easies, did actually get a Cape of Skulls, which is very rare. I think it's like 15 mil main game or something like that. I'm just gonna scroll quickly. I did finish the set here. Unfortunately, don't have any full set of vestment robes here. Not in this tier, not in the mediums either. So, so rewards here. So mediums. 63 is when I got my ranger boots on. That's when I stopped doing mediums. So I get 4 spike manacles and some other stuff. I'll just scroll through it real quick. Again, the vestments don't have a single set, so it still would take a while to finish that. Hard, again, not even close to a gold rune set. Pretty much have no pieces. Very close to the D8 set I'm missing. So you don't need the boots or the shield for this task, you just need the first 4 pieces. So I'm 1 off on Sarah, 1 off on Zami, 1 off on Bandos, and 1 off on Ancient, so very close to the task. The rest of the items, elites. I think I did get lucky because I only have 12 completed and I do have 10 collection lock slots, so I think I'm just really lucky. So I did get a gilded piece, gilded vamps, got some ornament kits, some ranger stuff. I got 2 pieces of tuxedo, which I think are pretty rare, but of course the rates are increased in the league. And then master, I have 1 thing here because that's the gilded that's shared between logs. And then of course the shared rewards, so main thing here is pages. So I'm using 2 ancient, 2 armadillo, Gothics, 2 Zemi, and a Sarah page. So we'll still take quite a few clues to finish this as well. The video is already going on for quite a while, but the last 2 things I want to go over is, first of all, of course, my bank. So I have cash. I'll try and speed it up a bit. So cash, still have a lot of alchables. I also for the past week stopped looting a lot of things since obviously I don't need cash or skilling supplies. So just some farming stuff here. Runes, rune crafting pets. I got extremely lucky on this. Got it on like 42 rune crafting, so very lucky. Just some pots. That's my PVM gear. So of course got most PVM gear. Finished the trident, which is 10 crack and tentacles right there. Heavy ballista, bludgeon, stuff like that. Of course got all the cold wars drop pretty early on. I did dissolve my tentacle to finish the tent, but of course if I was still playing I probably would get another tentacle since it's my best weapon. Some colts and stuff like that. Skilling supplies, a lot of diamonds, probably a lot of stuff in here left that I'll never use since of course there's no point to skill past 25 mils. A lot of bell staves. The spear bones, I actually don't even use them for prayer. I've used them all to make super antivirus for herb XP. Since prayer was pretty easy, having Fremenic, you get so many dragon bones of everything. A lot of dart tips and stuff like that still. I think of a bunch of rune ones as well somewhere. Of course not rangers, so I don't need them, but they're very nice fletching XP. Herb tab, so this is a lot of the herbs left. Most of these would probably get me pretty close to 25 mil herb, and if not, I still have a lot of seeds that I can just farm. Again, this tab is just alcohols if I do need cash, which I don't. Pets, so I got an Orphan, Vorky, Kraken and Mole. And of course the room creating pets, I'm gonna do 5 pets, which is pretty insane, especially since pets aren't even increased rates, according to the JMod at least. Some extra shards. I only finished 2 blades actually, and I have this many extra shards. Bell stave, stuff like that. 4 cat heads. Yeah, I mean you can see the rest here. I think I got extra bludgeon piece, 2 jars and 2 here, and I have 1 more in my house. I think I got 5 jars in total. And this is just a lot of junk, so I'll just go over that. Toggle, and I guess the talismans, I collected them of DKs, thinking that I might use these for crafting, but probably not. There's some more junk in here that might come in handy someday. Then this is a lot of clue items, and of course extra alcohols, since I do get extra of them. This is stuff you need for clues that for most things, especially easy and medium and hard clues, I did build the stash units, but for some of them I didn't, so I just kept the things in here. This is just smaller dose potions, prayer pots. I mean, you don't really need this if you have draining strikes. And then some seeds. I did get a lot of extra seeds from PVM later on, but I already finished farming, so no point. And then clue here. All the other stuff of clues that I went over is in my house, since I built all the units in my house to store everything. So I think that's everything. So for the last thing, I'm just gonna scroll through the task I have completed. You can of course just check the wiki for this, but it's gonna be a ramble at the end of why I'm just quitting and also what I would have done differently. So first things first, I was just coming into this with no plans to be top page or anything like that. Since there's no incentive to, the top reward is just top 1% players, which is like the top 2500 or something like that now. Which means that it doesn't matter if you rank 1 or rank 2500, you will get the same rewards anyway. Originally Jagex were gonna do a top 100 trophy, which would have definitely made the game more fun for me, but since that isn't here, I think even quitting now, I'm probably guaranteed to be in the top 1% anyway, even though there is still over a month left. So going into that with that, I just picked my regions on my playstyle, I suppose, and on content I enjoy, so I didn't really pick my regions for points. That's why I went to Kenner and Ascarnia, which is pretty basic for melee, to get Piety and stuff like that. And then my last one was Fremennik, mainly because I don't like TOB or Nightmare, so I just skipped Mauritania for that. And then between Fremennik and Elf, I just think the content in Fremennik is more enjoyable to me, since I don't like Volcano or Gauntlet. So I went with that. Now, this was also with the mindset that melee was the only viable style, which quickly changed since range is very OP in this league. So after that, started playing. The first couple days, I'd say the first week even, I was kind of casual with it. Now, of course, I still played a lot of hours, but what I meant with that is I didn't have like a clear-cut plan of being super efficient. I was just having fun, doing tasks, stuff like that, like everyone, of course. But then once I got my last relic, I started going for Maxcape, which is what I usually do, just go for a Maxcape. Still ended up maxing pretty fast. I think I was like rank 15 or something around that to finish my Maxcape, so pretty happy with that. After that, I just started doing tasks, PVMing. With the relics, I actually ended up enjoying PVM quite a lot. Usually I don't like PVMing at all, but I still ended up doing a lot. And with doing all that, I just ended up a high rank. I think I was around like 100 or something, but I had so many easy tasks left that I was like, I can probably easily get top page from this point. So then, of course, the competitive player in me, I don't know why, I just like high scores a lot in all the games I play. So I decided to go for high rank. And then I guess rather quickly I started climbing the ranks, got top page, and from top page I just kept climbing. That eventually I was in the top 5, peaked at rank 2 for quite a while. I was always very close to rank 1, but in the end I never got it. But a lot of the top ranks, at least top 5 and stuff, are very close to each other, so it was always a back and forth. Like whenever someone finishes a task or gets a drop, you would gain ranks and then eventually just lose them again, so it kept being a back and forth. So at this point, it became quite clear that a lot of people would max their zones in terms of the points they can get from them. Now the issue with this is that some zones just have a lot more points available to them. Like Mauritania, for example, has 10.5k points, while something like Ascornia only has 9k. So it would feel bad if you end up maxing your zones and then people that are still behind can easily overtake you, since you just don't have any tasks to do and they still have more points available. So stuff like that would just end up shaping up the high scores, especially with this much time left in the league still. On top of that also, just certain the relics just definitely have an edge. Like having Clue Relic would probably make the difference as well at the end, since a lot of the Clue tasks are pretty much impossible to do without it, whereas the Slayer tasks on the other hand are so easily doable without the Slayer Relic. So that also would be a big factor in it. So I kind of decided to stop playing for ranks and just started playing, since first of all I didn't have any other games lined up to play, and also just finishing some tasks that I wanted to finish for myself, which I got to that point now, I suppose, other than the RNG task, which is just grinding. And the biggest reason as well is Path of Exile has some race events coming up, which start this Friday. That's mainly why I decided to quit right now, just to get ready for that and play those. Either way, the league has been very fun. I ended up enjoying it a lot more than I originally thought. The things that I would have done differently, knowing what I know now, is I definitely would have gone range route, since pretty much at all bosses, or almost all, range just gets so many more kills an hour at everything. So I would have done that, would have speed up a lot more tasks. I also would have probably picked zones differently, to the point where I actually could compete for rank 1, maybe go for that. Or if I still were to do melee, I definitely would have, instead of going Fremi, I would have gone Mauritania, since it has more points, and the biggest thing is the Slayer Helm, which again would also sped up most of the PVM grinds I had to do by quite a lot. But either way, I enjoyed it, it's been very fun, and I'll see you in the next leagues.